Whoa. All right, buddy. Let me move this a little bit. Alrighty. What's up, guys? This is Rockstar Stewie. He is a Catan de Tuliar, the Tulier. But if you guys followed my Instagram, when I was active on Instagram, I'm not anymore, but you may recognize Rockstar Stewie here with his rockstar hair. Hey, what's up? Who is that? Chris R. What's up, Chris? What's up, Pauline? So we're gonna do a haircut for Stewie now. This is the easy part. For a chef, you know how a chef spends a lot of time prepping the ingredients, making sure the shrimp is peeled and veined, you know, doing all of that, prepping all the ingredients, the mise en place. That was all done before we got to this point here. Once you get to the haircut, this is kind of like plating the dish. You know, this is the easy part. So, I'm gonna go through and give him a nice haircut. See how it just goes through real nice? So, we'll go ahead and get the hair to stand up, and we're gonna go ahead and give him a nice haircut. All right, we're gonna go with the 10 blade. No, I was kidding, because that would actually make him bald. Like, that'll scalp him. So, okay. So what we're gonna do is I usually go with the O comb. Last time we went a little shorter. We did a 1 comb with this, which is a ½ an inch, one size smaller than this. But this time we're gonna do the 5/8 of an inch or 10 millimeters. Alrighty. So comb his hair up. Right. And then because I leave his head so big, you know, like a Bichon kind of, just like a Bichon, I'm not gonna start right here at the back of the neck, because it's gonna, again, it's gonna make everything look really like short, and then all of a sudden it's gonna have the big puffy head. It's just gonna make it look too loud, stand out too much. So instead of doing that, oh, hey, what's up, David T and Vicky? Nice to see you again, Vicky. Okay, so okay, so instead of starting it here at the where the back of the neck, I'm gonna start right here, kind of at the withers where the shoulders are. There you go. Isn't it funny how almost every dog turns back and looks at it like, what is that? What? So even though I can't really see it. Oh, I can see it through the camera. There we go. I kind of know just by muscle memory, you know, which angle to go. So I don't really have to get a good look at it right now. I will when I'm scissoring it, when I'm going through with the scissors. Okay, there we go. Go. So I'm using his muscle here as my anchor point, I guess. So I use his muscle to skim off right there. So turn it up first again. So we're going straight. And then we skim off using that muscle. So we're highlighting the dog's natural muscles, their natural angles. So after this haircut, you know, what we want is for him to look, you know, beautiful with all his natural features highlighted. Okay. And again, the reason for going shorter here on the backside is so that we can make this muscle here shine, you know, really stand out. So that's why we're going shorter here on the backside. Also for practical purposes, it just keeps everything nice and clean back here. Now we go on the other side, make it the same length. And notice how my clippers are not catching. They're just going smoothly through the coat like butter. And I've done one side already. I'm doing the other side, and still the clippers are not catching. They're just running smoothly through the coat. Why is that? Is it because I got lucky and I got a unicorn client who combs their dog every day and they keep their dog well maintained for me? No, absolutely not. He was matted. The last time I did him, actually, the last visit, took me so long, I actually thought about quitting. I actually thought maybe this is not the right place for me to be. And I actually told the owners, I don't think I'm coming back. You know, there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, but you know, we worked it out, I'm back. But what I'm saying is that I don't look for unicorn clients. You know, they don't exist. Clients who are gonna, well, they may, but they're far and few between. You're not gonna find clients who are gonna take a nice metal comb and comb through their dog every day like they're supposed to. And that's really the only way a groomer has a shot at giving a haircut like this with nice length and fluffiness. So for me, this is just me and how it works for me. I like doing haircuts like this. I don't like shaving them down with a 10 and scalping them. So for me personally, if I get to the point where I feel like this dog needs to be shaved because we're not really on a good schedule, or you know, the client's not really understanding what's going on or why I need to take more time, I just call it quits and I move on to someone else because, yeah, I mean, why waste everybody's time, right? Why waste each other's time? So anyways, I just wanted to make that clear. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, June must be so lucky. He gets all these dogs with nice coats. I create this, okay? This was not given to me. Let me see here. Wow, there's a lot of comments. Holy cow. I'm gonna get to the comments when I'm done because I gotta get this haircut done. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. He is such a good boy.
You're standing there, so you know what to do. Yeah, you were fine. You know what to do.
Well, once I get the scissors out, he actually likes it. Alrighty.
No, he's not trying to get down, but he knows he's doing good.
Okay.
You know, my hair is almost the same color as yours, and I don't color it.
Well, his hair is so soft. There you go, buddy. So I know it looks a little OCD, but I'm just going over it as many times as possible to get a nice, smooth, even cut. So I don't see a bunch of uneven lines. And it's just because the dog has so many hairs, so many hairs growing out of a single follicle. So even when you think you have the haircut perfect, sometimes they'll shake or they'll move or they'll lay on one side and all of a sudden the haircut looks uneven. Alrighty, so now we got the body clipped and you can see here that the back here is still kind of full. You see that? I'm gonna scissor that and blend it in. But at least I have something there to, like filler, you know, something to work with. Now for his legs. So his legs, this was a 10 millimeter. And for his legs, I'm gonna be doing this one, which is 22 millimeters. So about 12 millimeters longer. So about double the size. And that way, you know, he looks like he has big, nice, sturdy legs, and it makes him look nice and balanced and strong, rather than looking like he has chicken legs, you know, little twigs. Make him look unbalanced. So here we go. So if you notice, I went backwards. I went reverse on the back of the leg, and I went down with the grain on the front of the leg. The reason for that is whenever you go reverse, it's going to give you a little shorter cut. So it shortens him up here on the back side while still leaving a little length here, but giving a nice shape. That way on the front, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the front of the leg a little shorter than the back. That way he's even. It kind of brings him in. It doesn't make him look so long and, you know, like a long torso. So it makes them nice and compact. So here on the back of the leg, I'm not gonna go reverse. I'm gonna go this way. Now on the front of the leg, I can reverse it a little bit. There we go. Alrighty. So the inside of the leg and the front of the leg, you can go reverse. And when the dog moves, you just move with them. I mean, that's just my personal philosophy. I know that some people say it's better to restrain them so they don't move around, and then they get this lead rather than giving them slack. They pull it really tight like that, and then some people even hook them up to the arm here using the groomer's helper or whatever, so that way they can't move. I don't like that. I personally feel like the dog is already giving us permission. The dog is already allowing us to work on their body and do things that they don't really like. They're already giving us enough. I feel like to trap them and to restrain them like that, to make it forceful, it just makes it a bad experience for me. And I personally think the dog as well. And I just feel like it doesn't promote trust. It doesn't promote that bond. So that's why I let him spin around and I just work around it. I move with the dog. Because the dog's gonna move. That's what they do. I mean, that's why I can never be a human hairstylist. People are like, June, you're so skilled, you're so amazing. Why don't you do human hair? I'm like, where's the fun in that? Unless you give me somebody who has like a mental condition, and we're gonna be fighting while I give a haircut. Other than that, I just don't think it would be the same. The same excitement's not there. And I think it also helps that I love dogs and I'm very patient with them because I love them and I understand them. I think with people though, with human beings, I think if the wrong guy or the wrong kid push too many of my buttons, I'm not sure if I could be as patient with the human being as I am with dogs. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty, now for the scissors. I think honestly, I know it kind of sounded a little vindictive about being more patient with dogs than humans. I think where it comes from is that I personally just believe that humans should know better. I feel like dogs they just don't know better. They're innocent. So of course I'm gonna be patient with them, but I feel like sometimes human beings we are a little higher level consciousness, and I feel like when somebody's acting particularly inconsiderate towards someone else, it just sets me off. I can't stand it. So maybe that's where it comes from. But I feel like there's nothing a dog can do that will set me off. But with people, it's a little different. It's a different story with people. Well, also I think because dogs never really have like a malicious intent behind it either. Even if Stewie did turn and try to bite me, it wouldn't be because he was trying to intentionally hurt me and he hated my guts or he was harboring resentment, it would probably be just he's trying to get me to stop doing whatever's making him feel uncomfortable, you know? But with people, sometimes, even when they're being nice, you're like, what, are they really, you know? Like, why did they say that, you know? I don't know, with people it's just different. People scheme. Okay, people have hidden motives and agendas. People are not honest like dogs are, in my experience. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the head. Oh, you know what? Dante 17, what am I watching? Dante, you are watching probably the most brilliant dog groomer in the entire world. Modesty is also one of my strong points. I'm not sure if you'll ever meet anybody more humble than myself. Dante, I'm sorry. Dante, you're watching me groom a Catan. Yeah, AH, it is a Catan. Dante says, wow. Alrighty. Anyways, okay. Rebecca Sosa, I would love if you could train me. You're like, wow. Happy Wednesday. Thank you, Theodora. Okay. Grabs a Morky and his comb. Nice, Janet's place. Hey, Angela. Angela Lackman. But I do love June. Wow, Ann Ottman, thank you. Okay, let's see here. Any questions? My daughter has a Bichon, but she doesn't. You still recommend combing? Combing is good either way. Stimulates the skin. It gets the dead dander and the dead hair out. Okay. Okay, perfect. Looks like I caught. There's no really any questions. Pauline, you're 100 the best. Thank you, Pauline. Dante is probably new, and he probably is like, what did I stumble onto here? Any tips on keeping the face nice and white? Yeah, you just comb out the older hairs, and the newer hairs are nice and white. See that? And tear stains too. You just comb that area out and just get all the dead hair out. Okay. Some of the stains here on the mouth, can't really do much about that. I'm just gonna trim some of that away. Okay, so how can I do this where I'll be facing, or you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll do it like that. There we go. Okay. So right here in between the eyes. Oh, Stewie. Oh my goodness. You're so sweet. Okay. There we go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I like to trim in between the eyes first. Clean up the eyes. Hold on. Okay, let me close the door here because I don't want anybody ruining my live stream here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is professional stuff. Anyway, Dante, the dog is photogenic. Oh. Okay. I guess I'm not. Nikki Hammond, now any tips on getting your dog to allow combing the face? LOL. Mine struggles with face and paws. Yeah, and a lot of times when it's already really packed full right here and the comb won't even go through like this, it's getting caught on all of that. That means that the skin there is so jam-packed full that the comb can't even get through it. And so what I do is I just gently work it, just tap it, kind of tap it and just work it out like that. And then you get to the point where you can just comb right through. And now he loves it. But before, he didn't like it either because it hurt. Because that skin was hurting underneath already because it was jam-packed. It was full. Kind of like this pimple that I had here. It's going away now. But before, it hurt to the touch because that pore was full and it got infected. Same thing with their skin. Their pores get full because they have a lot more going on in their skin than I have right here. So just imagine, I got a pimple right there and I don't have all the stuff in the hair and dander that they have. So imagine that times a million all over their body. So that's why when you go through with the comb, initially, even his front legs here, he was really reacting. Earlier too, when you saw when I was running the clippers through the front legs, he didn't like it, but now he tolerates it. Why? because now the comb can actually go through and that skin, that area is clear. He still is a little bit bothering him a little bit, catches a little bit, but now he's much more tolerant of it because all of that has been combed out. So that's why I'm such a stickler for combing and brushing. But again, this is just my opinion, my thoughts and ideas. I have not graduated from college, but I have stayed at the Holiday Inn Express before. From what I hear, that qualifies. Oh man. And you know, a few days ago, well no, it was last month. Last month, I literally saved 15% or more on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Anyways, but literally, I was like, wow, it really did take 15 minutes or less. And I really did save 15%. Anyways, sometimes advertisers tell the truth, I guess. Okay, so right there, see the angle that I'm doing it at? I'm doing it at a triangle, kind of 45-degree angle on both sides, a little triangle. That way, as it grows out, it's gonna grow out in a nice little fan shape, a nice little triangle right there in the middle of the head, or in between his eyes. So in between his eyes is cleaned up. So now we like to keep all of this. Well, his family does. You know, they call him Rockstar Stewie with his rockstar hair. So I'm gonna keep all of this. Just want to make sure. What I'm gonna do is just over the eyes, I'm gonna clear a little visor so that he can see. So you can do it with the scissors. You don't have to do it with thinners. You know, I'll show you. It's a lot sharper cut, so you have to be a little bit more careful, a little more aware. But when you use your thinners, you can kind of bounce a little bit. And you can kind of work that shape, like tease the hair while you're cutting it. So that's why I like to use the thinners. But really, you can use whatever you like. You can use your teeth. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe after you brush your teeth, because then the bacteria that's in your saliva will make the dog smell. So maybe don't use your teeth. But other than that, okay. There we go. That way we clear over his eyes. So that way, even though he has that crazy hair that flies all over, when they want to, they can look and they can see his eyes. There we go. Alrighty. And now the back here as well. I'm gonna blend this a little bit using my thinners, kind of blend it nice and round. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Dante, no. I had changed my idea. Okay, what is Dante saying? Sorry, I'm going. Thanks for these moments. P.S. I'm Italian. Okay, Dante. I don't even know Italian. I don't know enough Italian to say anything. No. I had changed my idea. Okay, we're all allowed to change our minds, right? I changed my mind too. I'm actually not the best groomer in the whole world. No, it's good. Anyways, Dante's like, this guy's stupid. Why am I watching this? All right, Dante, you're watching this because I'm stupid. All right, so what we're gonna do is just get a nice little shape, blend that in, right? And the crazy thing is with Stewie here, it's very tricky because what we're trying to achieve is a look that looks like we didn't try, right? It's like we're going for that messy rock star look, like you know, like he's not trying. But in order to achieve that, to really pull it off, we got to try really hard. So to pull off the look where you're not trying actually requires a lot of trying. So it's funny. I tell people all the time, if people only knew how difficult it was, how much work went into it was involved in keeping a dog looking natural, you know, they would be surprised. They'd be like, whoa, you know, why so much work and time when the dog just looks kind of natural, like you didn't really do anything to it. It's like, that's the trick. That's the secret. Okay. Dante, you still there? No, it looks like Dante left. Ah, man. Nikki says, we come for June for many things. Philosophy, grooming, comedy. Some call it crazy. We call it well. Thank you, Pauline. Oh, I mean, Nikki, Pauline. LOL, I can't even. CD, I bought a pair of Munchkin Chunkers. OMG, I love them, especially for small faces. Have you heard of them? No, I haven't. Munchkin Chunkers? But you know, if you want to be that kid in class that brings some cool thing to school and just show it to everybody, you don't want to share, that's cool. CD, you want to live your life like that, it's fine. No, I was kidding. I'm kidding, CD, before I go too far with that joke. Okay. Is CD gone? CD's like, I'm out, this is my... We crossed the line. Crossed the line with that joke. Okay, so... You know what it is? I think I finally feel this sense of freedom to finally be who I, you know, just who I am. Just be weird, just be myself, and just, you know, just not try to hide how stupid I am. And I don't know, I'm just getting to this point where I realize the people who don't like it, I probably want them out of my life anyways. You know, I probably want to repel those people anyways. So I was like, why am I trying so hard to be so careful and not look so goofy and so ridiculous, you know? And why am I trying to look so put together and poised when that's just not who I am, you know? I'm just a... Last night even, at the Toastmasters meeting, there's another, her name is Natalia. And she did her speech as well. She did her second speech, and because she already did her icebreaker, and I did my icebreaker last night. So I'm in my car, you know, I'm just trying to get everything together, you know, I'm about to leave, and then I see her walking towards her car, and she's parked like next to me. So I get out of my car, and I was like, I just wanted to let you know that you did such a great job. I really liked your speech. And then it's dark, okay? The sun has gone down, it is dark, there's nobody in the parking lot but us two, and that's when I realized this is probably weird. And so I stopped and I asked her, I was like, is this weird? She just looked at me and she was like, what? And I was like, am I being weird right now? I was like, I was like, I didn't mean to creep you out or be weird. I just wanted to say, you know, you did a good job. And I was like, I gotta go. I was like, I better go. I was like, I'm sorry, I'll see you. But we ended up having a great conversation. You know, luckily for me, she did not get creeped out. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of been that way. One time I scared this old lady at a parking lot in the shopping, at a grocery store. So I get done shopping, I'm walking out to the car. I see this old lady, she's, you know, struggling with a bunch of groceries, putting it in the trunk of her car. And so, you know, a normal person would have walked over and just calmly said, excuse me, ma'am, could I help you with your groceries? But me, because I'm not normal, I run over there. I have a hard time controlling or hiding my excitement or enthusiasm. So I ran over there, like run over to her, right? And she literally backs and goes, oh, she's like, oh, right? And so I was like, oh no no no. I was like, no no, it's okay. I put my hands up, you know. I was like, no no no. I was like, I'm just trying to help. I was like, I just saw you with your groceries and I just wanted to see if I can help you. And she was like, no 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 no, you know. And I was like, I'm sorry. And I even told her, I was like, I really didn't mean to scare you. Scared the crap out of her. Holy cow, she could have had a seizure or stroke or something. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's just me. So why pretend, right? Why pretend that I'm some cool guy? I've never been. I've always wanted to be though. Oh my goodness. One time I did. One time I tried to act so cool. I skipped school with these older guys. You know, I really looked up to them. We called them hyungs in Korean, older brother. And we were at the pool hall, right? And I don't know how to shoot pool. I'm not good. And so I'm just more their gopher, you know, their go boy, their do boy. You know, hey June, give me some cigarettes. You know, hey June, give me a beer. And so I'd run and get them all this stuff. And I thought that, you know, I thought since I was hanging out with them, that made me cool and tough like them, right? And so I started cursing in Korean. I was like cursing and talking like they do. And one of the guys stopped me and he told me in Korean, he was like, hey Jun. And I was like, oh yeah? And I was like, yeah, you know? And he was like, don't do that. In Korean, I was like, what? And he was like, don't do that. He was like, you should not be cursing like that. And I was like, oh, why? You know, I was like, why? And then he was like, it just doesn't look right on you. It was nothing moral, nothing ethical. It was just, they were like, he just straight up told me, he was like, it looks really weird. He was like, it just feels awkward. He was like, you shouldn't be cursing like that. So anyways, yeah, I try to be a tough guy several times. Oh, one time in high school, in college, so I was friends with this guy, I forget his name now even. But anyways, really cool Puerto Rican guy. Muscles, slick, smooth, dresses nice, you know, nice flashy sunglasses. And he looked so tough too. And I was like, wow, you know, and crazy thing is he kind of liked me. We got along. So we were studying for a history exam together at my house. And, you know, he meets my mom and my dad and we have a little food, you know, dinner and stuff. And the more he gets to know me, the more he can see right through my mask. The more he can tell that I'm not a thug. And I just try to act like one. And so we were done studying for the history exam. And I'm walking him out to his car because, you know, because that's what a thug does, right? Walks his friend out to the car and acts like a nice host. So anyways, so I'm walking out to his car and he stops. And he goes, it was Alex, that's right, his name was Alex. He goes, hey June, can I tell you something? And I was like, yeah man, you know, tell me anything. And he goes, June, you gotta stop kidding yourself, man. And I was like, what? Yeah, I didn't even know what he was referring to. I was like, what do you mean stop kidding myself? About what? You know? He was like, June, you're not hard, man. He goes, you're not hard. He was like, you're not a thug. You're not a gangster or anything like that. He was like, you come from a really good family. He was like, you got a good mom, you got a good dad. He was like, you come from a good family. You're a good guy. You have a good head on your shoulders. And he was like, don't kid yourself, man. He was like, don't act like something you're not. And I just remembered feeling embarrassed at that moment. I felt embarrassed. And I was like, what do you mean, Alex? You know, I was like, I am hard. You know, I almost wanted to start listing the reasons why I'm hard. Like a hard person would really do. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, I had several experiences like that where I just had to become more self-aware. Like, okay, I guess I'm not hard. I guess I'm not a thug. But anyways. Oh yeah, be yourself. That's where I was going with this whole thing. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay, let's see here. Oh, CD says, I bought it from Affordable Shears. Oh, okay. I love them so much, just wanted to share. Awesome, CD. I'm glad I didn't offend you. Where can I get your book? If you go to my website, junethegroomer.com, and type in the search bar there, so you can search within my, the blogs that I wrote, the articles. One of the articles that I wrote in my blog is called Download Both of Our Books for Free. And if you find that article, in that article, if you scroll to the bottom, the top is just meaningless, just babble. I just blabber on in that post about how grateful I am for people who have supported me and made me feel special and helped me through a lot of hard times. Just meaningless, trivial. I'm just kidding. But anyways, so yeah, that's what the article was about, and I shared the link, a Google Drive link. So anybody with that link can download the book for free. It's the ebook, the PDF. The paperback is $6 on Amazon. I can't do anything about that. But if you want to read the book for free, you could just go to my website, junethegroomer.com, and look for that article that I wrote called Download Both of Our Books for Free. And that way you can download both The Art of Grooming, where I talk about my philosophy, can just kind of outline my approach and my philosophy to grooming. And the second book that I wrote, The 4 Steps to a Beautiful Groom, that just outlines my process. My 4 steps: build rapport, prep the skin, wash and dry, and then scissor, style and finish. So that's my 4 steps, and that's my second book, is my 4-step process. And both of them you can get for free on my website. Alrighty. I was writing articles on my website, just wanting to share some of my thoughts and ideas, wanting to inspire other groomers, that may be feeling some of the struggles that I feel and some of the difficulties that I go through. I just wanted to help help them get through it by sharing some of the ideas that helped me get through it. And so that's why I started writing articles on my blog, and not just about grooming, just kind of my philosophies and things like that as well. And I remember, I really wanted to be published in one of the magazines. I remember approaching some of the magazines. Well, I was even emailing some of the editors of the pet magazines and stuff like that, because I wanted to get published. I thought that was what was going to make me legit. I was like, I'm not really a writer if I'm not published in any of these magazines. I'm just a guy with a blog. That's what I thought. But now that magazine companies are actually approaching me wanting to publish some of my articles in their magazines, I realize now how much of a blessing that was in disguise, not having my articles published in their magazines, because they were offering me like $20, maybe $25 for the article. And it's like, what is that gonna do? 25 bucks? It's not gonna change my life. But by not selling out, right? And by not getting my articles published in any of the magazines, now people who have heard about my articles, it's just flowers and snails, don't blow up over it. That was a pretty good one, a popular one about resentment and just learning to let things go before it gets out of hand. But anyways, for that example, that article, or the article that I wrote called Wrong Way Wins a Race, where we had a snail race, and the snail that ended up winning the race, his name was Wrong Way, because my daughters named him Wrong Way, because he kept going the wrong way. But anyways, if anybody wants to read these articles, they now have only one place where they can go and read it. And that's junethegroomer.com. Baby? The baby's not there. It's not backslash. It's just junethegroomer.com. But isn't that amazing how it just worked out like that? In the beginning, I was like, please, can you publish this? I was even willing to get them to, give it to them for free even, just to get my name in the magazine. you know, just so I could feel like I got that validation, you know, now I'm for real. But now that I think about it, it was such a blessing in disguise that none of the magazines wanted to work with me and they didn't want to publish any of my articles because now some of the articles had made such a big impact on people's lives that they're talking about it and they're sharing it with other people, and people are now hearing about my articles that I wrote years ago and they are now reading them, and if they want to read them, there's only one place where you can find it. It's gmthegroomer.com. So the only reason why I'm sharing this even is because when you're going through your life and you have your own plans and your own hopes and dreams, there are gonna be people who slam doors on you that you thought for sure would have been open. But instead of being open, somebody gives you this look and they slam the door right in your face. Things like that are gonna happen. You're gonna get rejected. You know, people are gonna tell you no, you're no good. When that happens, don't get discouraged. Double down on yourself. You know, double down on your belief in yourself. And just know that one day, those same people that slam the doors in your face, they are gonna be knocking, hoping, wishing that they can get a sit down with you. I love the analogy of the oak tree. I gave it to my daughter when she ran into my groom room one day, excited that she found this acorn. She pulled it out of the ground. You know, she pulled the green sapling, thinking that it was just a weed, but an acorn came out of the ground with it, attached to it. And my daughter was so excited. She came in, Daddy, Daddy, she showed me. I stopped what I was doing. I held the acorn and I felt like, wow, this is a moment I cannot pass by. So I told my daughter, you see this acorn? I was like, look at it. You know, I was like, it's a oak tree. You know, I was like, Ava, even though it doesn't look like an oak tree, that's what it is. I was like, what else would you call it? You know, and I was like, even though right now it just looks like a piece of grass or a piece of weed even, you know, I was like, if we put it back in the ground and we give it enough time, then pretty soon it's gonna be a giant oak tree, you know? And I was like telling Ava that no matter what, you know, even if the bushes or other plants try to block the sun, they try to stop this little sapling from becoming an oak tree, they can't, you know? Given enough time, that oak tree will one day tower over all of the shrubs and bushes that try to choke out the sun so that he wouldn't grow or she wouldn't grow. I don't know if oak trees have sexes, but anyways, what I'm saying is the haters are out there and that's normal. The people who can't see your vision, that's normal. People who don't believe in you, that's a given. But all you gotta do is just focus on yourself. You know, don't focus on the bushes and the shrubs and everything around you. Focus on your own strengths, your own unique gifts and talents, your DNA that's been passed down to you from generation to generation. You know, you are the accumulated effect. All of the best your ancestors had to offer this world is in you, in your DNA right now. It's encoded. So just have faith in that. And the people who try to block out the sun so that you don't grow, the people that try to choke you out and they tower over you right now because you're a little sapling, don't worry about them, because in due time, you will tower over them. You will get so big that now you don't even have to try, you know? In fact, now they have to try to get your attention because you are so far above them. That's the lesson of the oak tree. And believe me, if you're watching this, the 12 of you right now, you're an oak tree. I know this. You wouldn't recognize it in me if it wasn't in you. Everybody watching this right now, I want you to tell yourself, I'm an oak tree. Okay. Any comments? Oh, wow. Okay, Victor Roberts. Oh, okay. What's the name of the book? It's called The Art of Grooming, A Philosophical Approach to Dog Grooming. And then the next one is 4 Steps to a Beautiful Groom. Just started watching. Awesome. You missed some of the best parts, though. And that's no big deal because I'm just going to delete it. So you'll never see it. I was kidding. Okay, the people who watch this channel regularly know that's a stupid old joke. Okay. The Art of... Oh, perfect. Thank you, Nikki. I love you, and he's great. Nice to meet you, Victor. Awesome. Thank you, Nikki. Blue Ridge Bell AU. Hey, what's up, Blue Ridge Bell? Do you mind me asking what scissors you use? I have rough collies. I'm using this Comfort Sharp. I think it's like $65 pair of shears at Pedigree. Liar. I never get rejected. Yeah, right. Hi, Nikki. Perfect. And great scissors. Oh, thank you. Alrighty. But yeah, oh my God, I got rejected so much. I sent a manuscript, 2 copies actually, of my book to Caesar Milan. I found 2 addresses for him, 2 P.O. Box addresses. And don't ask me how I found it, because I don't wanna get into how creepy I am. My stalker skills. But anyways, I found 2 addresses for Caesar Milan, and I sent it certified mail, my manuscript, and I asked Caesar Milan very nicely if he would take a look at my book, and if he likes and agrees with what's in it, if he wouldn't mind writing the foreword for me, because Caesar Milan has nothing better to do, and he's not famous, and he doesn't travel the world and have workshops and shows and all these other obligations. He has plenty of time just to sit down and read some random person's manuscript of a book that he's trying to write about dog grooming, trying to get famous using Caesar Milan's name, trying to coattail, you know, ride his coattails. So yeah. I don't understand why Caesar Milan never replied back. So yeah, now I understand how delusional I was to even expect that Caesar Milan might even, you know, that it might even get into his hands. You know, it was just naive of me. Alrighty. I remember one of my friends even, he was like, you know, I asked him if he would help me a little bit with, you know, if he would just read the book and just tell me what he thought about it. And I remember he was just like, you know, giving me a bunch of crap, like, you know, why are you writing this book anyways, man? I was like, you know, why don't you focus on your business? Like, you're struggling, you know, you just went out of business. Like, you need to focus on your business and your customers, you know, like, you know, focus on your finances. What are you writing this book for? You know, and you're gonna get people like that, especially, it hurts a lot, especially when they're close to you, and you kind of, you know, you kind of care about what their opinion is, and that's why I was asking for his opinion, because I cared about it, and then I get that. It really did hurt. It did kind of sting, it hurt my feelings, but now I realize that's just part of the process, you know? It's not your friend's job to see your vision for you, you know? It's not your friend's responsibility to try to help you achieve your goals, you know? Because they can't see it clearly, you know? It was given to you. Oh my goodness. So Robert Greene actually makes a really good point about the word vocation. He's saying the word vocation comes from the Latin word, you know, vocal, like to speak, vocate, you know, vocate. So your vocation literally meant your calling. So he said that the word vocation was used to refer to somebody's, you know, what they did in life back in like the Middle Ages, when somebody was called to be a priest, you know, to live a life, you know, of sacrifice to the church. You know, live your life for God. They called that his vocation because they were called to live a life for God. And I really like that. I mean, wow. So it's like, if you really think about it, you can choose to look at the work you do as your vocation, not just your job, but your vocation, something that you feel that you were called to do, something that you were put on this earth to do. That, you know, and it doesn't have to be meaningful to others. It just has to be meaningful to you. I remember one time this one lady, she was like, "You cut dog hair." And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You take yourself way too seriously for cutting dog hair." You know, she was like, "It's no big deal. You're just cutting dog hair." And I just thought to myself, isn't that sad that that's how you see it? You know, for me, I'm not just cutting dog hair. For me, I'm showing Stewie here that people care about him. You know, that he is cared for and loved. You know, that somebody's putting in time and effort to try to make him not only look his best, but feel his best. So he's not scratchy and itchy. He doesn't have to deal with hot spots and uncomfortable skin issues. He looks amazing, so people give him great attention and affection. But he also feels so soft and amazing as well. You know, like, I know this sounds kind of stupid, but then again, you guys already know that I don't mind being called stupid. But this may sound a little stupid, but this literally feels spiritual to me. This, what I do, my vocation, I literally feel almost spiritual about it. I tell people all the time that this is my meditative practice, you know, where I can focus on a task and have an end goal in my mind that I visualize, I imagine, and I keep working towards it, and then I accomplish that end goal. You know, my mind and body are working as one to achieve this. I'm focusing on my breathing. I'm mindful of how I'm feeling. You know, I'm working with nature, literally. I just, yeah, for me, whenever someone tells me, "You're just a dog groomer," or you just work with dirty dogs, I just kind of shake my head sometimes and feel bad for them, because I just feel like that's all you see. You know, and that means that that's probably how you approach your job too. You know, and for them it probably is just a job. You know, J-O-B, just above broke. It's not their calling. It's not their vocation. Okay. All right, Stewie. Mwah. Okay. So, there we go. Look at Stewie. So beautiful, buddy. Rockstar Stewie. Let's get that rockstar hair. There you go, buddy. Yeah. No, I was kidding. Okay. Anyways, are there any? Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Blue Ridge. But I imagine if he had a, you never know. Okay, what? What is Blue Ridge talking about? Okay. Okay. So then Blue Ridge says, Blue Ridge Bell AU says, so many people use that word to describe the jobs they are in, but cannot stand. Exactly. Yeah, if you cannot stand your job and you're doing it for a paycheck, then it's not your vocation, it's your job. Let's see, Janice Place, LOL, let her attempt to cut a mean terrier. Janice Place, and there's a certain skill level. Not everyone can be an expert groomer. Love you. Wow, thank you, Janet. Blue Ridge says, beautiful. CD, I know what you mean. Janice Place, I was an RN in a pediatric hospital for many, many years. I used to love being there and sometimes would think that I wished I could still, wow, that was your vocation, Janet. Helping people. You were called to do it. Janet says, he is beautiful. Great job, Jude. Oh, yeah, right? Oh, my goodness. Stewie, you did so good. Thank you, buddy. Alrighty. So I'm going to let him down. I'm going to start cleaning up here. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Hopefully it wasn't a waste of your time. What a handsome puppy. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. But how's Stewie look? Just kidding. That's called desperation. When he starts taking compliments purposely stealing them from a dog. It's called desperation. I'm desperate. You got fishing for comments. I mean compliments. Anyways. All right, Blue Ridge. Oh, I'm glad you laughed. Okay. Anyways. Because yeah, I just want to make sure that people understand that I am actually super modest. Probably the most modest person any you've ever met in your entire life. Humility, humbleness. I think I might write another book. Anyways. Okay, Janice, please. I love our afternoon talks. Thank you so much, Janet. I'm so glad that you guys don't take me seriously. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I am out of here. This is my last